Magical girl anime, the type of anime where girls have powers, fight evil baddies, and save the world. Hello Otaku, Mav here. Let's transform into our battle outfits and visit the demon girl next door. The magical girl genre is home to many classics like Cardcaptor Sakura, Madoka Magica, Tokyo Mew Mew, and Sailor Moon. Even though these and many other magical girl animes follow a similar structure, the Demon Girl Next Door turns everything that is a magical girl anime on its head. The Demon Girl Next Door, also known as Machikado Mazoku, can be considered a reverse magical girl anime, just like how The Devil is a Part-Timer can be considered a reverse isekai. Instead of focusing on a magical girl, this series follows the life of Yuko Yoshida, who while sleeping is visited by the spirit of her ancestor. Yuko then wakes up the following day with horns and a tail, finding out she's a descendant from a race of demons known as the Dark Clan. Okay, so the forces of good and evil are simply split into two clans, the Dark Clan and the Light Clan. One home to demons and the other to the do-gooders known as magical girls. It's now up to Yuko to defeat the local magical girl Momo Chiyoda, break the curse on her family, and restore the sealed power of the Dark Clan. In The Demon Girl Next Door, Yuko is supposed to defeat a magical girl, and since both the lifting of the curse and the clan's honor ride on her ability to do so, she can't help but feel eager and nervous. The only problem is, she doesn't have anyone she can turn to for proper demon training. Now, even though she doesn't have a proper teacher to train her, the magical girl Momo decides to take up the mantle to get her main character into shape. Now, even with her help training, Yuko constantly comes up with plans in the hopes of beating Momo, but typically it ends up with Yuko being embarrassed and running away in defeat.
Don't think this means you won!
To get an understanding of our main demon girl, I'm gonna go over who she is and her personality. See, Yuko Yoshida, who despite being a demon, is a well-mannered girl who is so kind-hearted that she would like nothing more than for everyone to get along. Of course, even though Yuko is kind-hearted, since she now has the only means of lifting the family curse, she'll do anything she can to do so. The family curse in question seals away their powers, limits their income, and cuts them off from their luck. Besides all that, in terms of physical prowess, our main character is short, weak, and lacks a decent amount of stamina. But it doesn't just end there, as Yuko's magical powers are almost non-existent. For example, when she first tries using magic, instead of trying to hit its target, it begins chasing our main demon girl, wanting to return to her. Even though The Demon Girl Next Door has magic and fantasy elements, the world it takes place in is grounded in reality, where characters go to normal everyday school and the mall. Because of this, our characters follow the normal laws of society, which for Yuko means she can't carry a weapon in the fear of being arrested. Her mother's solution for this problem is that Yuko's mom gives her a fork to use instead. Yes, Yuko stands out, with the horns and everything, but no one seems to mind. In fact, her friends aren't scared knowing that she's a demon, and the reason why is simply summed up because
There's a lot of weirdos in this town. Weirdos?
Before I go on to gush over the comedy, I want to take a minute to talk about the art. More importantly, the designs of the characters. The designs of the demons, specifically Yuko and her ancestor, aren't that different from the humans, besides the fact that they have horns and a tail. Just adding something so simple as horns and a tail can be compared to Dragon Ball Z, as the creator of that series made the all-powerful Super Saiyan off of the idea that less is more. A simple change in hair design was enough to show and emphasize that a major change had happened to the character, and that's something the Demon Girl Next Door pulls off well, as so-called villains don't need an over-the-top appearance to stand out. With this series being the reverse of a typical magical girl anime, it allows for situations to play out from a different perspective, and that also goes for the comedy. The comedy of this show typically stems from making fun of magical girl tropes, like how fast it takes to transform, or the fact that our main character is supposedly more powerful the more skin her outfit reveals, even if she begs for it to be altered to show less. This show had multiple moments that had me laughing, like when Yuko is trying to come up with a plan to defeat Momo. She has a one-track mind and gets sidetracked by the idea of eating candy, that it ultimately makes its way into her plan, and this is what she comes up with.
I'll use a trail of Smarties to lure an aggressive dog to her.
Being the magical slice of life anime that is The Demon Girl Next Door, it gets a score of 10 out of 10. It's a refreshing take on the magical girl genre that breaks the typical format. Yes, it might not be full of fights and leans more into the comedy side, but one thing is for sure, and that is that this topsy-turvy anime deserves your attention. That's all for this video. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Remember, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, and if you're new, subscribe and ring the bell to stay up to date with new videos. I'm Otaku Mav, and I'll see you next time.